In today's training, we're going to not only just cover objection handling in the first 30 seconds, but we are going to take it up a notch into some advanced training in overcoming multiple objections in the first 30 seconds. It's one thing to be able to anticipate and interject an objection when you first get it, but it's another thing to be comfortable with possibly overcoming 2 or 3 objections in order to have the conversation. If you're just now finding this channel, my name is Dana Neeson. I run a telesales team for final expense sales in 17 states with Tailored Legacy. We have one carrier, Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company, and I have this YouTube channel to try to help you have stronger, more sophisticated sales conversations. That's the whole key, right? Without conversations, we don't have any opportunity to help anyone anyways. Not too long ago, I did a revised training video on objection handling in the first 30 seconds, which is great. And once you get really comfortable with anticipating the objection, interjecting with your response, you will start to have a lot more conversations. However, there's a couple things that you have to really do and understand in order to be really good at this. Number one, it's going to be your tonality. It's more about how you're saying it, the pace in which you're saying it, the energy in which you're delivering it, even more so than the words that you're using. So we could get into the nitty-gritty of should you say possibly, which I know causes a lot of anxiety with people. We could talk about the specific words that I choose to use in my objection handling, but really it just boils down to you, your confidence in delivering that response. I've listened to hundreds, if not thousands, of sales recordings of agents saying the exact same words and the exact same response, and one of them may have a 30 or 40% conversion rate into a conversation, and the other has 0 and they quit after 2 or 3 weeks. Why does that happen? It's all because you sound insecure and unsure about the response that you want to make. First thing you have to know is the mentality of a lead is they're not waiting for you by the phone, right? They aren't happy to get a call from a salesperson. In fact, I'm going to plug Cody Askins here for a second. It was a blessing that in the first episode of season 2 of The Ultimate Agent, he had about a 5-minute scene of the new agents making outbound calls to direct mail and digital leads and just getting pounded of all the objections that everybody gets. But everyone thinks that one company has the Glengarry leads and one of them doesn't. No.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Carol, this is Adam. I was just calling you back because we had got some information from you about a life insurance form that you filled out online. Do you remember filling that out?
Not interested. Take my name off. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Not interested.
Hello?
Hey, Philip.
Yes?
Hey, Philip, this is Alexander. I just received a card you had filled out not too long ago, just requesting some extra information over final expense. Do you remember filling that out?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, you probably may have filled it out a while back. I'm just the one assigned to your case. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Nancy. This is Charity. I was just giving you a call about the postcard you mailed back into my office requesting more information about burial expenses.
About what?
Burial expenses, life insurance.
Oh, I don't need anything.
Oh, you had requested some information. Did you already get it taken care of?
Hi, Ella. This is Marissa calling you back from Senior Benefits. How are you doing?
You have the wrong number.
I have this paper here that you filled out, so I was just giving you a call back about.
Oh, okay.
So I was just calling to see if I could get some of that information over to you. I'll be over in Marshfield tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
I was just seeing if there was a time that I could stop by and get that to you.
Yeah, but I'll be in town if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, it only takes about 15 minutes to go over everything with you. Would tonight work for you?
Not really. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Sounds good.
Hello.
Hi, Gina. How are you feeling?
I'm getting by, I guess. Hello. I'm sorry I didn't. What is the life insurance company?
Safe and Secure Insurance.
Okay. From what company are you calling?
That's the name of our agency, Safe and Secure Insurance.
Hey, Mr. Crossland?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm here. My name's Alexander. I'm just calling over the state-regulated life insurance form that you had filled out not too long ago. You remember filling that out?
No. I didn't understand it.
No, so you had filled out, you and I believe Shirley, it may have been her that filled it out, just regarding some extra information over life insurance, sir.
Oh, okay.
Which one would work better for you? 9 or 11?
9.
9, okay. Lewis, I will be out there around 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Hello, Keith.
Oh, this is Denise Isley. Keith is my brother. I need to know what I can find that's really cheap because he has no money.
Up and have more energy. You're sounding too timid. Remember, this is your big chance.
You guys better step it up over here.
Hey, Leroy, it's Donald giving you a call back.
Yeah, I know, 20 times in a row. How stupid are you?
Yeah, I'm just giving you a call because I have your information right here in front of me, and like I said, I know it's annoying, but it's my job to make sure families are protected and families are financially secure. So, again, you know,
my job to turn you in a no call too.
Absolutely, if you feel that's necessary. But again, all I'm trying to do is making sure that you're.
You're being an asshole.
I apologize, sir.
You're worried about somebody dying, and I ain't worrying about it.
Absolutely, everybody worries about it. You know, it might not be a worry as of right now, but
my brother-in-law just passed away Saturday, and I ain't worrying about it.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I lost my brother-in-law in September, so I completely feel you there.
So why should I worry about it?
Hey, you know, is your funeral already taken care of? You know, family's not going to have to come out of pocket for that?
Well, ain't none of your business.
Absolutely, it's none of my business. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, you call one more time, and I'm going to block you, and then I'll call the law for you aggravate.
Absolutely. Are you still at 1187?
I told you that's none of your business.
I have you were the one that put the information on here, sir. Yeah, I'm just giving you a call.
You can tune into that episode right now, and the agents get the same objection responses that everybody else does. It doesn't matter how high intent the lead is, the objections are the same. So if that's the case, you better get really darn good at overcoming those or you will fail. So if you're still struggling with interjecting and responding, please stop this video, go back to the first 30 seconds Overcoming Objection Handling revised video that was just posted about a month ago, and then come back to this. It will really serve you a lot better if you do things and stack additional skill levels on top of that. So once you've mastered the art of interjecting and responding with your objection handling response, you also have to get really good at possibly responding to multiple, 2, even 3. Here's an example. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, that's not uncommon. It looks like you may have clicked something online with one of our partners about possibly protecting your family from out-of-pocket funeral expenses. Does that ring a bell? Yes, but I'm not interested. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not interested because you think it might be unaffordable or you may not qualify? Yeah, I don't know if I can afford it. Oh, I understand. Well, we do have plans that start as low as $15 a month. Were you wanting it to just take care of funeral costs and final expenses? Yes. How much coverage can I get for that? Boom, you're in. Here's another way it can go. Oh, I don't remember doing that. That's not uncommon. Blah, blah, blah. Repeat back what I just said. Then they say, well, I don't have time, right? Because that's a very common one. Oh, I understand. You weren't expecting my call. I guess you just have a minute or two right now just to see if it even makes sense for me to call you back later. Yes. Okay. So now you're in. The I don't have time objection can be first, but it's typically second or sometimes third. So you might get, I already took care of that. Oh, that's not uncommon. How long ago did you get it? I got it a few weeks ago. Well, while I have you on the phone, would it be reasonable to give you one more quote just to make sure you got the best policy available? Yes, but I don't have time. I understand. Do you just have a minute or two right now just to see if it even makes sense for me to call you back later? You know, depending on the type of insurance you got, I might not even be able to help you in the first place. Okay, so you're buying yourself a minute every couple of minutes, and you have to do that quickly and with a lot of confidence. You also might get I'm not interested very often as your very first objection. I understand. Are you not interested because you think you may not qualify or because it might be unaffordable? I can't afford it. Or I might not qualify. Either way, you know which direction, or you should know which direction you should go to. I can't afford it. Then you go to what I just said. Oh, well, was this maybe to take care of funeral costs and other final expenses? Yes. Well, if it helps, we do have plans that start as low as $15 a month. Is that unaffordable? Right? You get your in that way. The other one says, I might not qualify, keep getting declined. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Now, every insurance company has different underwriting criteria. If I could get you approved for a policy to take care of your family when you pass away, and it didn't take very long, would that help you? Yes. Okay. So now you're in. It's all about lowering their walls, lowering the sales resistance. Now, here's a tricky one. What if they say not interested? Then you respond with, I understand. Are you not interested because you think it's unaffordable or you can't qualify? No, I'm just not interested. What do you say to that? Something you can say. I understand. You probably filled something out just expecting to get a quote to your email, and instead your phone's probably been ringing off the hook. Is that right? You're going to normalize what's happening to them. Yes, it's ringing off the hook. I understand. That must be incredibly frustrating for you, and I'm certainly not here to add to your frustration. But if you just have a minute or two right now, my job is to just get the information to you. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Is that fair? They're not always going to come out and tell you why they're not interested, but most of the time, if you understand what's happening behind the scenes, it's because they're just fed up, right? We just had Medicare open enrollment. People are responding on all sorts of things that they see online, and their phone is ringing a lot, and not just for life insurance, right? We talked about this on other videos, that they're getting calls about home warranties, they're getting calls about reverse mortgages. They're getting calls about all sorts of stuff. So you're just one annoyance on top of an annoyance, and they want you off the phone. You can't take it personal. Okay, so you get them on the phone and they say, yeah, I just want the price, right? That's your type A personality. How do you disarm a type A personality? You have to confuse them. I understand you just want a price, but there's like 10 different types of life insurance out there. And without really understanding what you're wanting it to take care of, I honestly wouldn't even know where to begin. Does that make sense? Could I ask you some questions? Now they're either going to say, actually, can you just call me back later? I don't have time right now, right? They're still going to try to push you off the phone. Now you have to come back with, it's just rinse and repeat. Yes, that's not a problem. I guess you just have like a minute or two right now just to see if it even makes sense for me to call you back later. You have to use that line, because any additional minute you can buy and keep them on the phone is more time that you can start building some rapport and credibility, so that 45 minutes later, they're signing their application and you guys are still on the phone. Now, here's the other thing. You're not going to be able to overcome every objection. There's just some people that are mad at the world, that don't want to talk to you, and you won't be able to win everybody, but you can't stop trying. And you have to be prepared to overcome multiple objections, not just one. That's key. You get really, really good at overcoming one, and then you get two, and then you get three, and then you get stumped. And then what? Where do you go? It will also lower the amount of opportunities and presentations you'll be able to get. So let's practice a couple more. Yeah, I saw an ad for $250,000 for $20 a month. And if you can't give that to me, then I don't even want to be on the phone with you anymore. How many people get that? And what do you commonly say? You buy into that. Oh yeah, I'm sorry you got that. That's misleading. I don't know why people advertise like that. Like, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know why they do. But that's the last thing that you want to say to the customer. All you're going to do is feed into their frustration. So you need to lean into that. You need to lean into their objection and make them feel like you're open to having the conversation. Yeah, well, there's definitely ways where that's possible for the right person. I guess, would it be okay if I asked you some questions about your current situation and what you might be looking for, just to see if that would even be appropriate for you? Because some of those policies really aren't for everyone. Would that be okay? What did I just do? I didn't say, oh yeah, you were right. What you clicked on was a lie. I'm leaning into it and saying, well, let's talk about it. Let's see if that's even something that would even make sense for you. Okay. Now, if they say, just send something to me by email, send it to me by mail. Well, now you have to pivot there. Of course, I'd love to be able to send you something by mail, but at this point, I'm not sure what I would actually send you yet. There's lots of different types of life insurance, and without understanding what you're looking at it for, and what you need it to cover, I honestly wouldn't even know where to begin. Does that make sense? Yeah, but I only have a few minutes. Not a problem. It won't take very long. If I could just ask you a few questions, we can either part as friends if it doesn't make sense, or you'll find that I might actually be able to help you. How does that sound? Okay, so you keep going until they let you have some space to talk. But your presentation and your question asking doesn't even begin until you get that permission to engage. For the first 30 seconds to a couple of minutes, you might be in objection handling. So there's really about 5 to 8 objections that you're going to constantly get in the first 30 seconds. There's really not that many, and they're consistent. So if you master those, then it doesn't matter in which order you get them. They should come off the cuff instantly. And if you were to take those 8 objections and combine them with 2 or 3 each one, there's probably 150 to 200 different combinations that you can get of those same objections in different orders. The best thing that you could do would be to record yourself, sit in front of the mirror, put your phone next to you and hit voice memo and just say them over and over and over and over again until they become second nature. You should never be surprised when you get an objection on an outbound call, because that is what will set you up for frustration and not wanting to stay in this business. I think too many people overcomplicate objection handling in the first 30 seconds by thinking there's just this infinite number of objections that you're going to get and how can you possibly be prepared? But that's not the case. There's about 5 to 8 that you're going to get consistently, and it's your job to master those. Where you start getting into more advanced skills is when you realize you could get multiple back to back to back with the same customer. And if you only are good at mastering one at a time on different isolated phone calls, you won't have as much success as someone who can maneuver, no matter what comes their way. Like at the Matrix, I just objection. It just flies right over me and to the left and to the right. And I can just take anything no matter what happens. So on this team, in the mornings, before we get on the phones, we do a lot of role playing, right? We get all the marbles out and I throw people multiple objections. So that way they practice and they get prepared with me and with a group of their peers in a safe space. So that way when they get on the phones, boom, I've been there, I'm prepared, I've rehearsed, I've done this before, I'm ready to take on the day. And the trick is to keep that energy and enthusiasm for the next 8 hours, not just for the next 8 minutes, right? So that's all your mental stability, your mental strength, and your endurance to keep going until you find the people that will allow you to help them. And that's it. That is the whole key with objection handling. It's just repetition, rinse and repeat, layering on multiple objections and feel comfortable and confident to respond to them. If you haven't yet mastered these objections yourself, I strongly encourage you to find someone that will role play with you every single morning before you start your day until you've gotten to the point where you don't need it anymore. And to be honest, even the best of the best still need to refresh and role play on objection handling, because that is the single most important aspect of success versus failure. How many conversations you can have, right, determines how much opportunity you get. And once you master that, then we can start breaking down the sales process. But until you have at least 3 to 5 conversations a day, that's where you need to focus on, and that's it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Like the video as well. Post a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you again next week.